got a revolving door. And of course, the original Guardians of the Galaxy were not the ones that were featured in the movie. Although in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, they were in there, they were just called Ravagers. But this issue right here, the Guardians of the Galaxy that they use, are the ones from the movie. Minus Groot. I will spoil that. He's not in there, sadly. But Mantis is in there. You know, she wasn't in until Volume 2 of the movie, but she's in this series. Then we've got the Immortal Hulk, number 24. Like I said, I've been following this series. It's been pretty interesting. Sometimes it gets a little slow. Other times it picks up, but it double ships. There's 2 that come out a month. So I'm always fresh with it. Sometimes it gets a little hard to afford. Like this time, like I said, it's been a big haul. I had to make a couple trips. But, trying to keep up with Immortal Hulk, it can get kind of expensive. But, always the covers have been by Alex Ross. I really enjoy his work. The art inside is Joe Bennett, except for the exception of that one issue, which was Kyle Hotz. I think they've had some guest artists elsewhere, but this one it's really getting deep into the mind of Hulk, the different versions of him, and it's really emphasized on the horror elements of Hulk. And then we've got another True Believers. This one's Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost, it's called. I've been slowly reading into it. I think I've read this before. I think this is kind of in the, not the Dark Phoenix story arc, but the first Phoenix arc. And it kind of is digging into the Hellfire Club, which Emma Frost was part of. And I haven't gotten to Kitty Pryde's appearance yet, but I know she made her first appearance in that arc. And so this is written by Chris Claremont, and I believe the art is John Byrne on this. Well, let me open this up real quick and see. I'm pretty sure it was John Byrne. Excuse me, I'm holding the camera up again, selfie style. I know I was. Somebody had reached out to me. Somebody I'm in a Facebook group with. He showed me a tripod I could use, and which, I mean, it's worth some money, and I might get it eventually. But as of right now, I'm just holding on. Hopefully it works out for you guys. It's working out for me so far. Let's see. Yep, John Byrne is the artist on this one. So, and then we've got The Dreaming. This is in the Sandman universe, created by Neil Gaiman. Along with reading this, I have been reading the original Sandman series. And so, I got through the first volume and then noticed this was out. So I had to get this. It explores the actual realm that Sandman is the ruler of. Of course, in this one, he's not in it much because, he's off other places, other realms. And it really dives into this character here, Dora. I think she's original to this. I haven't came across her in the Sandman series yet. Let's see. Simon Spurrier is the writer. The artist has been Bill Quisevely. This one, she isn't. I think Matthias Bergara is the artist for this. But Bill Quisevely is another artist that I've really been enjoying. And so this has been a really neat series. It's kind of gets a little confusing at times, but so far so good. And like I said, I've been reading the original Sandman series from Neil Gaiman, and Neil Gaiman is a writer who I've really dug recently and really getting into his stuff. Nazi Boys was a good book, so was Neverwhere. Interworld, that's another good book of his. But anyways, that's all I've got. for you today. Like I said, it was a pretty big haul. So when I say that's all I've got, well, that's a lot of all. Again, you can check out my books, Hostage 100 and Full Steam Ahead. I haven't done any reviews on any of these yet for Soda and Telepaths, but I did do a review for Jendi Tartakovsky. I can't ever say that guy's name. But he's got a new cartoon called Primal. He's known for Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack. He did the Hotel Transylvania movies, but Samurai Jack is what I was really became a huge fan of him. I grew up watching Dexter's Laboratory, but he's got this new cartoon called Primal, and the first episode was yesterday. Watched it, really loved it. So I sat down and wrote a review for it for Soda and Telepaths. I'll put the link for that below. Check that out. And maybe I'll get around to reviewing some of these issues. I think I'm going to do a review for the whole arc of the Batman Ninja Turtles Volume 3. Other than that, we've got a new comic book day coming up in a couple days. Don't know when I'll do the video for that. I think that's got to be a lot less in that haul. It's I think once a month is when it gets to be the big one like this. So next week there's not going to be very many, so I might get that episode out sooner. But until then, you can wait for that issue or that episode issue, whatever you want to call it, and check out my books. And we'll see you later.